I work with a lot of men, and I work with a lot of men who feel like they're broken. They're addicted to things. They're stuck. Their spouse is angry at them. And as I work with these men, there's common themes. There's common themes that say that they're not okay. And they believe certain lies. I want to talk to you about those lies, and I want to talk to you about how to get out of living in those lies. In this video, I'm going to give you specific examples of men who have been caught up in feeling broken and not good enough, and turning into wholehearted men, men that love themselves and men that can see their power and masculinity. I've run thousands of hours of group therapy with men, and they come into the group and they think, I'm broken, I'm not enough, I'm not okay. I need to prove myself. I need to earn this. I need to change so that I can be good enough. I want to read to you some quotes from some men in my groups. One guy from my group says, I feel shame about my sexual desires. I feel small. Almost every day I feel like my wife doesn't want me or love me. God rejects me because I'm a sinner. Look at that self-rejection. He's constantly telling himself that he's not okay, that he's broken. Men are wild, they're sexual, they're adventurous, yet they feel like those things actually mean that they're sinners and that they're not okay. They're taught that the natural man is an enemy to God, that if you act in those ways, then you are broken and you're not what God wants you to be. But think about it for a second. What if those parts of you are of God? They come from God. Then you're not going to feel so broken. Many men believe that they need to reject themselves in order to be safe and okay. Let me give you an example. If I shame myself for my sexuality, then I think that I'm not going to go act out sexually. If I tell myself that I'm bad, that I shouldn't be sexual, that I need to watch what I do with my sexuality, and I constantly tell myself that I'm not okay, then that somehow protects me from acting out sexually. I actually don't believe that. And the reason I don't believe that is because I work with men who do this all the time. And on the back end, they're acting out all the time. They're compulsive in their sexual behaviors, even though they're shaming their sexuality. Many men try to be whole men and good men through self-rejection. That's not how God works. God's not telling you to shut yourself down and force yourself to be a certain thing so that you can be okay. God wants you to expand and to be open. We're scared that if we let ourselves go, that somehow we're going to go become crooks and perverts and destroy the whole world. But the reality is if you accept every part of you, all of your masculinity, all of your manhood, you'll also realize that you're loyal, that you're humble, that you're honest, that you're powerful. You can be sexual, you can be adventurous, you can be all of those things, but you can still be a good man. Your masculine heart is not an enemy to God. Your masculine heart is created by God. If you've been caught up in this cycle of self-rejection, trying to prove yourself, shaming yourself into being a good man, then please like this video if you relate to any of this. Trying to prove yourself to be better continues to make you feel broken. What I mean by that is this not enough mentality, trying to be okay, constantly tells you that you're not okay. Giving up and feeling hopeless and not stepping into your power also makes you feel more hopeless. You feel more stuck because you're giving up. You feel like you can't be the man that God made you to be. So what is the answer to not being stuck and feeling broken as a man? The answer is actually the opposite of what you think that it is. Instead of trying to be good enough, you actually surrender. You let go and you accept that you're good enough in all of your imperfections, in all of your blemishes. You expect yourself to make mistakes, to fail, to sin, but you learn how to work through those things. You learn how to grow from those things. In the 12-step program, step 3 is turn your will and your life over the care of God. What that means is you are no longer in charge of your own salvation. You're no longer in charge of your own okayness, but you actually turn your will and your life over to God. God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. When we know that as men, then we feel whole. It is in our nature to be whole. We are created in God's image. Therefore, instead of trying to become something, we need to unleash what we already are. It's innate inside of us. One thing that makes us lose sight of this is our relationship with our own dad. If we have a lot of trauma there in that relationship, we oftentimes view God the same way that we view our father. And if our father neglected us or hurt us, we believe that God will do the same. But God is different. God will love you different than your dad loved you. Let me share another quote with you from a guy that I've worked with in my groups for a long, long time. He says, "For me, it has taken me my whole life to accept God's unconditional love. Once I accepted this, it opened up a new door. I saw everything differently. I was no longer finding all of my faults. I can now see how amazing I am and good that I am." When I talk to men that feel like they're broken, it's really interesting because I say things like this to them. I say, "I wish you could see yourself the way that I see you. Because I see their power, I see their goodness, I see their worth. And I can see it, I know that it's there, but they can't see it within their own selves. So instead of me just telling them, hey, like you're good enough, you're okay, I actually treat them like they're powerful. I treat them like they have the ability to step into the man that they are. I expect them to know that they are those things. And when I send that energy to them, they can feel that that's who they actually are. This is why my men's groups work so well. They get together and they do this with each other. They empower each other. They believe in each other. They support each other and they validate each other to know that they're okay, even though they're imperfect. What I'm saying is, if you really want to feel whole as a man, you may have to address your relationship with God. Now, you might be watching this and thinking, I don't have much of a relationship. I want more of a relationship. If you do what you've always done, you're going to get what you've always gotten. If you don't stop and take some time and allow God to speak to you, if you don't create some quiet moments or get out in nature or read some good books about spirituality, then you might not hear what God wants to tell you. So stop for a minute and allow God to be there to show you that you are worth it and that you are not broken. If this video has been helpful, then check out my link below to my course, How to Be the Man That God Made You to Be.